Alright, guys, so the funny part is you're hearing the lullaby music that I put on for my son. He fell asleep hours ago, but it's kind of soothing. So, anyways, I was getting some answers about something that I can't talk about yet because my angel said it's not the right time to talk about that. Well, when I asked the angel answer cards, but anyways, I won't go into that. But I saw this video pop up all of a sudden from one of my favorite homegirls because she liked to be lit on her readings. And I like when she be laughing and saying funny stuff like our ancestors was sitting with was sitting with the karmic people and those voodoo dolls that they made. I was like, that's right, ancestors, sit with them. But this popped up here saying your family stolen your um, house and money. Your real father left you, gave it to your auntie and cousin. You're going to court. So when I saw that pop up, I instantly asked my angel answer cards, is it possible that my biological father left money or a house or possibly both to my auntie? And in my mind, I was thinking the auntie on my mom's side, like one of my other aunties, or maybe the auntie that was married into the family. And then the card said no, but then all of a sudden my intuition, it was picking up, no, not those aunties, but the auntie, his sister. And I forgot my mom one time said that she was close to his sisters, my aunties on his side of the family, not the aunties on our side of the family. Um, she was close to them, so it broke my heart a little bit because I asked the cards. Oh, I used the cards, um, and sometimes I actually hear the answer when it comes out. When the cards come out, if it says no, I hear a no. If it says yes, I hear a yes. Even if it says unlikely or if it says anything else, I don't always hear. Like if it says recovery, I never hear anything like and it's real quiet and soft. You barely can hear it. It don't matter what cards. If I ask my angels, if I write yes or no or unlikely or something better on regular playing cards, I still, like when I was in the psychiatric hospital, I still heard that. But of course, I told them no because they wouldn't understand that because it wasn't the same as the voices that they were emitting to my head with a frequency wave vibration from those towers or the electronic equipment they use, because I don't hear those voices at all. The ones that was saying stuff, different stuff, like using different celebrity people voices, like, and even other tarot reader voices though they were using. I don't hear none of that shit at all, period. But anyways, back to this. So, yeah, I know it makes me sound crazy. I don't mind. People, even if you're the most smartest genius in the world, people still find a way to call you crazy or you're dumb because it's have a lot to do with them, nothing to do with you. So, anyways, I found out my real dad left my biological auntie on his side of the family money with, and or a house or both. And I asked the card, I was so heartbroken because I asked if that was part of the reason why my mom kept me my from my biological dad, and it said yes. Oh my god, I was hoping that's not true. I'm hoping it was just a manipulation of the energy, but it's I don't believe so because the cards are very um, specific. Because when I ask certain things, when I know that it's not the answer, I feel it in my intuition. I was gonna say my gut of my stomach, like the pit of my belly, that that's the right answer. Or if it's the wrong answer. Like if I ask some one-off odd question and it says no, then I know they're being like the cards are showing me in the physical realm what the angels are giving, like when people say archangel Michael and stuff. I don't know if it's just my ancestors or if it's my most high god angels that be protecting and guarding me. Maybe they're both the same thing. I haven't figured that part out yet, but I will later, maybe in a day or two. But right now I just wanted to show, like, the reason why I'm telling this story though is because now it's starting to make sense about the game stalking program, and maybe another person who might have been involved in watching me all my life, and I didn't know it, because that did come to mind a few days ago. that what if my biological family on my dad's side was part of the people that been watching me all these years to make sure I also didn't get to the money because they had it. But they don't know doing that is going to make somebody figure it out because they doing too much energy, like they putting too much energy into making it not happen, where it's putting too much focus onto it, and it has something to do with me. So of course it's eventually gonna come out, and they should know that by watching me all these years, knowing the type of spiritual person I was. Even on Spiritual Advisor's channel back in 2022, a little bit before I left my parents' house, after my grandma died, was unalived, like a week before my mom died, she was saying something in the cards that said, your grandma's told you it's time for you to accept that you're different, that you're special, and some other stuff. And I like that reading, because it's like my grandma was reaching out telling me like it's okay to go ahead and start accepting it, that she, because my grandma, she knew that I had certain abilities, but I think she just didn't talk to me about it, or she knew that because I knew certain things about my grandma, and she knew, and I think she knew that I knew. It was some things, like they said, what's understood doesn't need to be explained. That's the kind of bond I had with my grandma. I would be able to, like, I don't know if it's telepathic or just intuitively, we communicated at times. But I miss my grandma. Thank you, love you, grandma. I miss my mom at times too, and I love her as well. But I'm just disappointed, and I had to forgive my mom again on another level because I found this out. And I didn't never think about that because I loved her so much. I would never even think of her doing something so cruel like that. And so it was kind of heartbreaking. But I was like, maybe that's why God let stuff work out the way it did, where she ain't here. Because my mom, she could never face the truth. If I just brought up one thing about my dad, she was upset. My dad, my stepdad, who's still alive, he could even, if he wanted to be honest, confess to my mom throwing stuff at me. He came out the bathroom and saw her. That's one time he actually stopped her from going crazy on me, because he was like, hey, hey, hey. So I appreciated him for that. When I was much younger, he was nicer to me at times. Like there's only maybe like 2 or 3 times I can remember him being like he was appreciative or thankful towards me. One of the times is when I was saying something about my mom wearing her wedding ring to not cheat on him, and like to represent their marriage. I was like, Mom, aren't you supposed to? I bet they hated my too smart for my age ass. Well, y'all shouldn't have had me around there then. You should have had me in doing some activities and distracted instead of like neglecting me. But I'm still paying attention to what is going on. But yeah, I kept my word. I was loyal to my mom. She telling me not to say anything, and that's why, since I never told my dad about it, I never told my mom. When I walked in one time and I heard him talking to another woman, I said, well, that's their business. I just prayed about it. And then one day he finally came out and told us, I cheated on your mother. And I had it on recording because I was sleeping. I woke up and heard all that loud talking and fussing going on. I'm like, the hell is that? I'm like, I gotta get out of here. It was always some BS going on. That's why my dad was like, whatever happens in this house stays in this house. Well, not when it's involving me and somebody trying to take my ass out for some shit I wouldn't even think about no way. But yeah, y'all. So I'm mostly telling the story though, because so it can help some of y'all who never met your real dad, to know that the reason why your mom may have tried to act like your dad was so horrible, even if he did make some poor choices against you in the past, and what if he had changed, or because the thing that it hurts the most is to realize that the gang stalking program that these people probably had me in, or the MK Ultra or whatever it was, they it was it's disgusting, because now I know why the men who came to me when I told them certain stories, and they knew certain answers and would say certain things, is like they knew, like, even back in 2022 there was men being sent at me telling me information about my life that pissed me off, because I'm like, how the f do you know this and I don't know you? Like, I never met them physically face to face, but they telling me stuff that's up to 3 years old. That's 3 years old prior to me meeting them at that time back in 2022, which the information is now about 4 or 5 years old, almost 5 years old now. But back when they told me it was about 3.5 years old. and it was intricate information that only someone who knew me, who spoke to me personally in the past, or someone in my family told them, or someone who was watching me privately would know. And that dude claims that his name was Romello, but on the ID it said Darnell Ross. So that's when I knew. So these men who I told that story to about my mom telling me my dad molested me when I was a kid, and that she kept me away from him, they was like, nah, your mom just loved him very much and he left her. But if my mom was crazy, I kind of get it. She was crazy, you know. She done some things that psychologically is traumatizing to children that I witnessed happen in the household. And I was like, maybe what happened hurt her even more. But it also, I starting to see like what happened to my mom was like a pass down of a generational curse of the things that my family and that came even before her had been involved in. So I don't fully blame her, and it helps me to have some mercy on some people out there to understand that potentially their family lineage is what led them to be crazy like they are now. Like the people who are holding grudges on us, trying to kill us, is coming from the witchcraft and the pacts that they've made with negative entities years ago, prior to them, decades prior to their arrival through the portal of their mom. So I understand that. And these men were telling me that my mom was just tripping and that she was upset because that man left her and blah, blah, blah. And that's why she told me these things so I can think negative of my biological dad. And it was working because at one point when I was younger, I was going to find my biological dad and do something unthinkable because I was upset at the fact that he didn't have the guts to stick around and even try to raise me. But the thing is, or and how he was being rude to my mom and like left us behind and just left, neglected us. But then come to find out, maybe those men were correct about my mom having some issues. Maybe both of them were right. That's why I was thinking it could be some truth to both of what they both were saying. Because I was like, how do y'all black ass know? That's why I was tired of it too, about these random black dudes being sent to me. And it was always some drama and trouble. It's like they were sent in my life to cause chaos. That's why I had to do some healing. I still have some healing to do about that. I'm not going to lie. Because as I get deeper into the story and uncovering what's happening, I see how a lot of the times it was a bunch of black men who was trying to hold me back and fuck up my life in certain ways, even though I've taken accountability for my own actions, what I've done. But it just made me feel disgusted to see how many black men were willing to try to help fuck up a woman's life, but then they want to act like they're to be worshipped and that they're above a woman. It was absolutely disgusting. But so that being said, I just want to tell this story so maybe it can help other people realize maybe why their mom kept you away from your dad by lying to you, or like manipulating the story to so that you wouldn't even want to go find your dad and think that he's a piece of crap. And the next thing you know, you find out this man actually has some sort of money because the card said that my mom knew about it. So how you gonna know about it? And I'm the type of person I would have fucking shared with my whole family, bro. I literally looked up online at the Quatama Crossing computers some years ago, maybe back in 2018 or 2019, trying to see how I can sell my soul so that I can help my family out. Now, I know that sounds pitiful, but y'all can pull some MFing cards for those of you who are gifted intuitive readers and see if I'm lying or not. I literally was looking up how to sell my soul, or I didn't know it involved sacrificing, at that time. But I was like, you know what, fuck it. I'm tired of my family going through this. I'm finna help us out. I'll be the one. So I'll be the one to let us all have a happiness. I just wanted them to be happy. That's all. I would have freaking shared with everybody, man. I still had that same mindset up until last year, literally. So it just sucks. Yeah, hopefully this story was helpful. Hey, Miss Tiffany, intuitive one. Let me rewind because I didn't get to watch the whole thing. I just found this. But yeah. the title of this video is what triggered me asking the cards that stuff. Oh yeah, it's 4 o'clock in the morning. I went to bed early, guys, so don't worry. I haven't been just up because I remember my attorney freaked out one time. She was like, "You sent me a message at 2 o'clock in the morning." I was like, "Oh shoot, I forgot they can see the time you sent it." But I was like, I didn't think that would matter, but that was tied into them trying to say, "Oh, I must not be getting enough sleep." But they forgot people can go to sleep early and wake up early too, or wake up later and be up early in the morning. So just wanted to let you guys know. This is going to be a really interesting read here. All right, guys, have a good one.